Imagine that you are standing about 3 feet away from a spot on your kitchen floor. As you look down at the spot, imagine a diagonal line forming from your eyes to the spot. This line is called your line of sight, or the imaginary line that forms between your eye and an object. Now, what if you look out your kitchen window in a straight horizontal line and see someone coming towards you? Would your line of sight change? Yes, it would. However, most of the time we are looking out, not down. Therefore, that horizontal line is always present. The only thing that does change is whether you're looking down or up. When you were looking at that spot on your kitchen floor, you were looking down. The angle that formed between this diagonal line and the straight horizontal line you used to look out your kitchen window is called the angle of depression. The angle of depression is the angle between the horizontal and your line of sight when looking down. Now, pretend the spot on your kitchen floor could look back up at you. Would it be using the same angle? It certainly would. This angle is called the angle of elevation. This angle is formed when looking up. Since both the angle of depression and angle of elevation are the same, angles x and y in this diagram have the same measure. And since both the top and bottom lines in the diagram are parallel lines, x and y form alternate interior angles, or congruent angles located on different parallel lines cut by a transversal line, which means x equals y. Therefore, the angle of depression equals angle of elevation. The angle of depression is a very important angle to certain professionals, not to mention the fact that we form these angles every time we look at something, and without even realizing it. For example, pilots land planes at certain angles of depression. People in watchtowers look down at certain angles of depression. A bird swooping down at a certain angle of depression to catch a worm is another common mathematical example. If you go outside and look up at a bird nest on your roof, you are looking at a certain angle of elevation. If you do not have a good view of the nest, you'll probably step back so that you can view it at a better angle. This angle depends on the height and the horizontal distance. In order to find the angle of depression, we must have some prior understanding of trigonometric ratios, sine, cosine, and tangent. Remember, these ratios only apply to right triangles,